Yes, people, welcome back to the only YAHYAH with the one and only, the true YAHYAH Chino. Today we're talking about Real Madrid battling it out with Bayern Munich, and they say they're willing to wait for Alphonso Davies. But before we jump into that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications so we can keep bringing you great content. So Real Madrid and Alphonso Davies have pretty much agreed that he'll come to Real Madrid. They've pretty much agreed on an agreement. Now, the problem is Real Madrid, as usual, always just thinks they can do what they want, just like Barcelona. And you see Bayern Munich saying, well, you're going to have to pay us 100 million, even if he have 1 year left in his contract. And Real Madrid's like, nah, we're coming in hot. We ain't doing that. We're willing to wait. We'll play Mendy. We'll play Alaba. We'll even play Rudiger, Kamavinga at left back, but we ain't paying you 100 million, and we still take your player in 1 year. Florentino Perez usually just does whatever he wants, honestly. Real Madrid have that pull. They are the Galacticos. They are that team in Europe in terms of, I think, for players that just want to go to Real Madrid because of their stadium, because of their history in the Champions League, because when you go there, you're pretty much guaranteed to win the Champions League. And it's just what it is, you know. Even if I think Manchester United is still the biggest football brand in world football, Real Madrid is up there, man. And just like sometimes I take off my hood, just like sometimes you see Alphonso Davies very inconsistent, you know. You see lots of left backs very inconsistent. And I find that with lots of positions, like if you look at most of the positions in the world when we're comparing players, usually when there's a conversation, and usually when you talk about the best in the world in that position, most times those positions you hear the same names. Now, I'm not saying that there are lots of players that don't come around and put themselves in that situation, but usually when you're having that conversation, it's the same names you have. So at right back, you'll hear Trent Alexander-Arnold, you'll hear Kyle Walker. Centre back, you hear Virgil van Dijk, you hear Lisandro Martinez, you hear Ruben Diaz, you hear different names. You know, you hear midfield, you hear Fernandes, De Bruyne, you hear Rodri, you hear Bernardo Silva, you hear Fabinho, you used to hear Fabinho. You know, like you've heard certain names ring for a very long time. Strikers the same. You're hearing Haaland, you're hearing Ronaldo, you're hearing Harry Kane. You know, wingers, you're hearing certain names. But for left back, I find you hear certain names, but they're always so inconsistent based on injuries. And you look at it, left back, you have Alphonso Davies, you have Luke Shaw, you have Ben Chilwell, you have Theo Hernandez. You know, those are players that have been around for a while and have been Andy Robertson. You know, when you talk about the best in the world, you talk about those players as left backs. And they just haven't been able to hold down a spot because of each of them have some sort of level of inconsistency in terms of their performances sometimes or in terms of their injury prone. And I find that is the worry with Alphonso Davies for me is he gets injured at key moments sometimes in the season, and that is my only worry. But he is a talent. He's young. He is from the CONCACAF region, so I'm rooting for him 100%. He loves football. He's a good professional. He works hard. He wants to get better. He's very humble, and I respect that from the young man. And I wish him the best if he moves to Real Madrid. Now, do I think that move will happen? Of course it will. From Bayern Munich to Real Madrid, of course, he has no ties to Bayern Munich. You know, he is a young man who thought that he would not even be a professional. And look where he is now, playing for one of the best clubs in Europe, and another best big club in Europe wants him. Of course, I will encourage him to take the move. So I hope he does take it. But do I think Florentino Perez is going to pay that money? Nah. But I think Bayern Munich will shake. I think Bayern Munich will realize they ain't going to pay this amount. We have Guerrero, which we got from Borussia Dortmund. Do we not just sell this guy for 60, 70 million and just take the loss. Because they have offered him a contract as well, Bayern Munich, and he just hasn't took it because he knows if he does, they're gonna ask for like 150 million for him because he is worth that. He is worth 100, 120 million as a left back. All his attributes you cannot buy. Quick on the ball, like he's rapid, he's fit, he recovers well, he tackles well, like, and he's young, so he can learn. So, oh my God, imagine this guy in Vinicius Junior, Mbappe. Oh, I don't even want to talk about the possible team that they would have if this guy goes here. But I do think he would take the move, and I think he'll end up going to Real Madrid for probably around 65, 70 million to Real Madrid. I think they're going to have to pay that money because I think Mendy will leave. I think he's going to go to a team where he can play a bit more regularly, and I think they'll end up paying that money because they have it to pay. Real Madrid can pay that money, so why would they not pay? But yes, people, this has been your boy. Just bring you a little rumor, a little in and out about what's going on the transfer window. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications so we can get to 1,000 subscribers quickly, so we can keep bringing you great content going forward. Take care and stay sexy, my people.